Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Light, make some lighting adjustments. Oh, we've got 2 people here already. Amazing. Where's my chart? There it is. Very good. A few lighting adjustments there. It's better. Alright, do say hello. We've got a studio session today. And it's gonna be about live drums. Alright, there we go. Hi Stelly, how you doing? Hi Scott. Ice King, hello. And Graham. Excellent. So I've been rushing about this morning. Nightmare. Got up, absolutely no milk. I've got black coffee. Look at that. It's absolutely disgusting, but I'm drinking it anyway. So I got up and then went to the shops. I went to 2 of them. 5:30. So I've walked nearly, I don't know if this is an exaggeration, but it might have been nearly a mile. Went to one shop, it was shut, and I thought it was open 24 hours. Went to another, which I thought was open 24 hours, it was shut. None of them open till 6 o'clock now. Typical. So I had to come back and make black coffee. Actually, there's a really good DJ producer called Black Coffee. Oh, that's okay, Stelly. You know, like, we're busy. I'm still here. Still making content and stuff and doing what I'm doing. But actually, there's been some developments. I don't know how aware people are of this, but it's slowly leaking out. So, me and my other half, Sharon, I mean, we met in bands. She actually had a record deal. And I ended up playing in her band, but we ended up having our own band in the end. And I mean, there's some pretty cool stories. But anyway, we ended up having our own band and writing lots and lots of music. And well, we've decided to basically post them up on SoundCloud, so they're there now. So it's stuff that I'd wrote a very long time. I was very young, all written in my bedroom, believe it or not. When I used to have hardware. So I should share the link, shouldn't I? But it's Freakstar Original if you go to SoundCloud. But the interesting thing about SoundCloud is, I don't know if I was talking about this the other day, is I've kind of been looking for interesting ways to just something that feels fresh to release music. And when you do like a DistroKid release on and you go on Spotify and all of those like platforms, which is great, there's a bit of a disconnect between the distributor and yourself, and then people are just listening to your music and the numbers are going up and it's all fine and well, and there's not much engagement to be done. All the engagement's done on other bits of social media like lives and stuff like that. So just by accident, we were Sharon, who's the singer, she was wanting to put all of the music that we'd done for like a very long time ago, all of it basically up. I mean, this stuff, like some of it was written, well, the bulk of it was written in 1998, so quite a while ago. And so we basically archived all that music. We've put it all up on SoundCloud, and we just put it there, and Like she did some just very quick sort of AI graphics on it. No promotion, no nothing. And I mean, it hasn't been up a month. We're probably just over 10 days. And it's got something like 12,000 streams, which I was quite surprised at. But the cool thing about this is people engage with it as well. You know, people like listen, they follow, and you do get like comments and stuff as well, which I really like. So it's been quite fun actually watching that grow. So there's going to be more stuff actually. There's I mean, Sharon, who's the driving force for this, she's been doing stuff on Instagram and things like that. Yesterday, we actually had a meeting with a animation guy. So there'll be some animations, I'd imagine, at some point. And Sunday, we've got a guy who does videos coming around. Pop that link up. I'll share the link with you guys. Have a look. Right, so but there's like photos and everything coming up. So, I mean, back then, I must have been one of the first producers that was then totally in the box by the end of it. But there's a mix. There's a lot of like weird kind of pop stuff on there, and then it all goes very rock. So here's a track I would listen to first. Quite like that one. But it was a hell of a setup. So a lot of it was done. I mean, all the synths are hardware, and I had quite a few. Like my main one was like this blue Supernova synth virtual analog thing that I had. I had a desk, a proper like big desk with faders and everything. Everything was mixed on that. I think it was a 16.8 Spirit desk. I had a Korg Trinity keyboard. I had two W30 keyboards. That was like Liam Howlett's setup at Prodigy. That was quite good. I had a Waldorf XT orange wedgie wavetable synth. I had a mini micromodular, a Planet S. That was quite retro. I ended up buying Howard Jones's S6 Akai S6000 sampler, but before that I had the S2000 and the 2W30s. And then some of the tracks, for the vocals, I remember doing the vocals on a free version of Pro Tools, and that was on one computer. And then I had the other computer running all the MIDI. And then I had this Akai 12-track recorder that I used to just use to trigger everything off, and that was like, and that would send time code out to the two computers. It was that's a nightmare of a setup. Like all of the cables, all the MIDI. It was just like an insane amount of stuff. Oh, you gave us right. Thank you, Stelly. So a lot of the stuff. You had a Roland Juno. I say I never knew that. Where did it go? Why did you sell it? Why did you lose it? Or have you still got it? Actually, I was talking to somebody with a Roland Juno, right? And to be fair enough, they were like, "Oh yeah, I had one, but like I couldn't get any sounds out of it that I really liked, and it was like there wasn't enough." The cat peed on it. Oh my god! Would it not dry out? Put it in rice or something. Somewhat eclectic collection. There you go, Graham. It is. But there's new tracks in the writing as we speak. Oh, it was left in the shed. Oh dear. never mind. But it's one of my favourite synths. Now, I've got like a number of so I've got a number of Roland Juno emulations, okay, and the most realistic one that I had that I was using for a bit was the Softube one, and that just like that was my experience of like that just had it sounds like amazing. Is this glitching? That's all right for now. And that sounded like real, but it had pretty much all the flaws of the original synth as well. Plus, you couldn't do the 2-button trick of pushing the chorus in. But then, I think my favourite one, Roland, has got to be the Tal one, and it's just a bit of a modern take. They've just kind of upgraded it a bit, so it's a bit more flexible. So I seem to just, although I've tried lots of different emulations of it, like the Roland ones. I mean, I like the Roland 60s. It sounds really good. But then their interfaces are quite small and fiddly, and I don't get on with the interface very well. So yeah, the Tal 106 is my favourite, and the Tal bassliners as well. So I have a few SH101 emulations as well. Also a Softube, but comes with all the limitations. So after a while, you just feel like you're just getting the same 3 sounds out of it. Whereas the Tal's a little bit different. No, I don't think I'd go back to hardware. I think that'd be horrible. I did think about it, like in the early sort of when I wasn't playing guitar with McLaughlin and Hodge, and I was just the keyboard and producer guy. I thought like for lives it would be good to have like a live setup. And I was actually looking at the Behringer stuff because you could get an SH101, can't you, and various other bits and bobs. So I thought that might be a possibility, and then maybe get the new Juno or something like that, Roland, and kind of build a setup. But then I didn't follow through with it because I think I would just set it up and then just hate it and not use it, and it would just end up in a pile. Because I do have a timeout cupboard and a timeout box here, and it's got hardware in it. So I've got, and fair enough actually, because I swapped interfaces with Thomas because he's got the one like with loads of inputs and outputs. I've got his other one. I probably would plug them in, but at the end of the day, they're just hassle, aren't they? Behringer hardware, yeah, like the keyboards. I looked at them, but I never ended up buying one. But the hardware I have got is I've got a teenage engineering OP1, so that's in a box, and I've got the other thing as well. The thing where it has like it's a similar thing, but it's grey. It doesn't have the screen. I've got to come to me what it is. I've got one of those. I've got a miniature SH101 as well in the cupboard, and I've got a machine, which I never use. So there's like 3-4 things I can think off the top of my head. There'll be other stuff in there as well that I don't use. Quad Cortex, don't use that. Was using it for a bit, and then it just became hassle. Stopped using it. So, like, everything's just, I mean, that's the thing with me. I've always, even really back in the day, in the early 2000s, I ended up in the box as soon as I could. Yeah, Behringer stuff's, like, really, really cheap, isn't it? So, I didn't do it in the end. I was, but then I did, and then I kind of decided not to at the last minute. They did do like some 303 emulations, but they've got the 303 not emulations. They've remade the 303 hardware, but they've got the Blowfish one, the one that's like modded up, and you get like the sub oscillator in it and the distortion and stuff like that. It's got like a high pass filter as well as it's got like high pass and low pass band pass filters built onto it. So I thought that would be quite good, but never got it. Excellent bit of tech talk today. instead of getting into the heavy in a game of music stuff. This is good. But I think at some point I'll do like a little listening party. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to unplug. One moment. I don't know why it's started to glitch. It's always been so well behaved. And then since I've done like Ecamm update, it's like just bleh. Let's have a look on the preferences. Right, okay, we'll try that. Okay. But yeah, Behringer is cheap, Stelly, isn't it? So yeah, so like on the SoundCloud thing, there's like lots of like little bits of you know, old Freakstar things happening. Rebel, yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? There's a few. They're all sort of like. Yeah, sorry, Stelly. Whose mixes were those? 25 E's, a pair. Oh, Behringer, right? There we go. They offered you some headphones. Oh, hey, that's funny. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look and see what we're doing today. This one here should be lined up all right. Try not to cut my head off. And oh, I can see the right now. Okay, on my back. All right. So there's a track with very rough vocals on it that I'm working on. So basically, I really fancy live drums. So the live drums I've picked are. So I tried Addictive Drums too, and that just became like they sound really good, but overwhelmingly complicated to use. So then I ended up with Get Good Drums, which is this. And that seems to have yielded the best results in terms of like sound and simplicity. Alright, Behringer. I was using the MDR V600 by Sony back then. Maybe they upped their game. Oh yeah, early 2000s, that was a way. Yeah, I mean, like, it was really rough then, wasn't it? But I think, like, if you look at the hardware emulations, they've just been emulating the hardware. I know it surprised me mentioning Behringer, but you know, so you can get, like, they've got like the Model E or whatever Moog that they've built, and when you see the tests, they sound just like them. But to be honest, like, you know, software's there, isn't it? When you hear the when you hear like sound, what was it, Softtube's version of the 106 compared to a real 106, there's hardly any difference.
Thoughts for a minute, trapped in a diving bell, a fight with myself.
Right, so that's working. So I think what we'll do is we'll just do a direct listen. So what actually happened was this idea was made on a live. And I'll take you through some of the processes that goes on it. So I quickly did this on, you know, my guitar setup where I've got the guitar bass thing going, and I did have the Addictive Drums 2 on it. So it was just a quick loop that I made at the end of one of the lives this week. And then I was just messing about with it because I was tweaking the drums, and then Sharon was like, "Oh, I've got a song idea," and then she just started writing some lyrics, and then quickly just sang a rough, like just before I went to bed, just sang some lines in. Right, here we go. So we'll do a direct listen. So the direct listen I'm going to do is going to be global focus. So that's widen your peripheral vision. Upright posture, wide posture, and feet on the ground, and just maintain that while listening, and don't get distracted.
Thoughts for a minute, trapped in a diving bell, a fight with myself. I just can't win. It's a velvet prison cell in this headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down, shooting you down like with laser beams. I've gotta face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood. I gotta face my fears and make myself just disappear. Escape the lines that just ain't no good. It's gonna hurt when we draw blood. We go stupid. Face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood. I gotta face my fears and make myself just disappear. Escape the lines that just ain't no good. It's gonna hurt when we draw blood. Face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood. I gotta face.
So I think what should happen here, as well have a guitar solo. I'll just mark that out. So, one thing I need to highlight about the process on this track is there's a couple of things going on. Is because I'm sort of sound designing and already have an idea what that should be for this particular style of music that we're doing, and I'm kind of using live drums as well. I'm mixing up purpose and function problems, which is just not a good idea. So allow me to explain, right? Okay. All right. All right. So this is just another kind of way of saying things that I've said before, but probably more clear. So a purpose problem is anything to do that's causing a problem with you expressing what the emotion and the story is of the track. And a functional problem is to do with things like mixing. Yeah. So what can tend to happen is like function problems can get mixed up with the purpose problems very, very early on, and that can lead to all sorts of stuff. So no doubt the experience of not being able to finish a track because a track is starting to sound finished even though it's not. So that would be an example. People will have like an 8-bar loop going, and then they'll start mixing it and it'll sound like a really good 8-bar loop, but actually nothing's been realized, so it's just another track that gets shelved. So when we're looking at purpose problems, we're really looking at trying to get what we call I suppose the anagram is paths. So we have the purpose, we have the arc, which is the structure, we have hold on. So we have the tension and release, we have hooks, and we have space. So those are all the things that we need to look at that are to do with the purpose. And any sort of problem solving within the writing phase should be within that, okay? Serving the purpose with the arc, tension and release, hooks, and space. And that covers pretty much about like everything. And then when we come to the functional problems, that is all left at the end in release, basically. So that's it. However, there's a couple of things I need to do here, and one is I need to like kind of get the kit sounding fairly reasonable so I can use it on further lives. That's the other thing for other writing sessions. So I'm kind of getting in a little bit early and tweaking about with it just to get it up and running, because it's just too. I mean, at the minute it's not too bad, but it was sounding just like a drum kit in a rehearsal room. So I had to do something with that because I just wanted, it had to sound better than what it was. So that's that. And then the other thing is, which I didn't have to do, but I did anyway for the live so I could show you guys, is part of the process I've done is I've replaced the bass that I played on the guitar. So, I've got like the kind of fake bass thing. So I just replaced that with a MIDI bass, which I'll show you. And that's groove bass. It sounds really, really good. So yes, that's just like a little sort of thing about purpose and function problems. We've got to be careful not to mix sort of like function problems. However, you'll notice sort of in my live templates, like things do sound quite good as I'm doing them. They sound fairly polished, and the more established templates than I have. And that's simply because at the end of the day, I've worked with them and splurged on them, and then I've made little like upgrades as I've gone along over however many months, year or so. I think my template actually is probably on and off developed over the last 2 years, I think. I mean, there's been times where I've kind of pulled it all to bits and tried to rebuild it, but I always end up with the same thing, really. Except, those ones have never been really live drums. This is like live drum thing's a new thing at the minute, which I really enjoy. I just like really enjoy playing guitar to live drums, So we're going to have a bit of a guitar solo there. And then this section, which is muffled out and sounds terrible. So what that is, that's actually meant to be a slowed and reverb version of all of this track. So one of the things I need to do is I need to change this drum kit. We're going to put, I'll write a list down, what needs to be done here. So the first thing on this list isn't the thing I would do, but obviously I've got clipping going on, and I need to kind of just get this established a little bit. Session 1 for now, and I'm going to do the levels. I need to get the levels right. In fact, what we'll call this is function. Function problems. And I'll just put do rough levels. Right, and then checklist function. Service problems. So the first thing is midsection section load reverb so midsection, so I need to use pitch down -12 everything. So I'm going to use we could even use Thomas's. We give that a go. Right. Right. Service midsection use trap drums. Excellent. I think I do have a hutch kit for this. maybe try a respace. So there's a lot of stuff happening on that section, on that middle slowed down, pitch down bit. So has anybody else got some ideas of what they'd like to hear on this song? What do you think would be cool? Right, let's do some levels. Minutes. So I think I need to get my channel strip on there. Grab this one. And a utility plugin. -6. No, but Stally, I'll quickly put it on now. Give it a bit of coloration. I'll try it. Just quickly macro it. Very nice, isn't it?
As I get a badass attitude, you're the twilight to change my mood.
Right, okay, so sounding... Right, how's that sounding, everybody, alright?
Face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood. I gotta face my fears. I get myself right.
Alright, so the other thing I got is you've noticed these, I'm just playing with these little coloration tools. This is like a Max for Live device, which I got, and sounds quite good. Got it on the snare and I've got it on the kick. Pretty good, eh? And need to stick a key command in here. I think it's that one I usually have.
Face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude.
Right. And I think we'll have a bit of SSL on the whole thing. Plus compressor.
Face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood.
That'll do me.
I gotta face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I got a badass attitude. You're the twilight to change my mood.
Yeah, the CPU's running surprisingly quite high. Quite surprised at that. Right. That's my 10 minutes. Just finish the rest of it.
Thoughts for a minute. Trapped in a diving bell. A fight with myself, I just can't win. It's a velvet prison cell. Headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down. Shooting me down like with laser beams. I've got a headspace of extremes. You know just what I headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. Headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down. Shooting me down like with laser beam. Headspace of extremes. Headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down. Shooting me down like with laser beams. I've got a headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down. Shooting me down.
I think that's it. That's all of the levels done, really. So sounding good up to this point. Right, so lose those drums. Get rid of some stuff I don't need. Move that. Right, that's running good. Okay. Got the template. Right, 808. Alright, that sounds about right, doesn't it? Right, so that's sounding not too bad. Shimmer, want that in. Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that. Oh, hi there, Sean. How you doing? Oh, I like them. I would have kept the drums and added some surreal effects on it. But this doesn't matter. Well, we're keeping the...
Wake up, stupid.
So, what you're saying is... I mean, is the whole thing filtered? But I quite like just going into hip-hop. What's DS Tantra? Yeah, yeah. Bearing in mind there's vocals going on this section, Stelly. So there's actual singing to go there. We could add a texture. I think we're in the key of A minor, aren't we? Let's see what we got. Yeah, this sort of thing might work out quite good. I see stuff like that's great. Because you got to get that. It's got to have that floaty feeling, hasn't it? But I tell you what we could do. It's good, isn't it? I think the safest way to do this is we'll get is another plugin I got. Right, this is pretty mad, this thing. But it might wreck the project, but anyway, what the hell. Oh, there we go. So we could no, it's just far too temperamental, that. I've got to leave space for those vocals though, Stelly. So we'll come back into that. But they're all great suggestions.
Thoughts for a minute, trapped in a diving bell. A fight with myself, I just can't win. It's a velvet prison cell. In this headspace of extremes, you know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down, shooting me down like with laser beams. I've gotta face my fears. I get myself right out of here. Sometimes I get
So this,
headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But
I've got this other cool plugin which we can try out. What's the other one? Biden. Right, see what you think of these, right? So this is like just a thing to create distance space, and when you move this about, it kind of does like a little EQ move and just removes top end.
headspace of extremes. You know just what I mean. But the ghost of myself down.
And then I've got this widening tool, right? So what do you think of this? How's it gone? On the journal.
Headspace of extremes.
So, to my ears, that sounds really good. It's a it's just the Juno, just playing fifths, and then I've got a little bit of a widener to it. And then those 808s need filtering, don't they? Hi, Zed. Right, well, I think I've got everything I need. Just need to record proper vocals now. Not sure about what's happening with this kick though. That sounds a bit better to me, less of that bouncy ball sort of sound to it. What's like in the mix? Yeah, it sounds loads better. Right, well, I've got some of the jobs done. I've got it up to a point where I just need to get the singing on now. Obviously, there's the option of having this filtered as well. Actually, I quite like that. Yes, that's the idea. So, Stelly, I've gone completely out of my way to do to use trap drums. That's what I've done. So the intention is to do that, is to kind of mix the genres up. It'll work with when I get the vocals on, right? It'll work. But I've got those. I'm not sure which. I'll let her decide whether to filter or whether to. I think the filtering sounds good, actually. Yeah, so I'll add the guitar in. It is actually there in the background. But actually what I fancy doing is reversing it. So we could. Yes. So one things to bear in mind is I'll be redoing all of these guitars. Maybe there's a better one here. Oh, the stuttering one. Right, hold on. Oh, right, yes, I'm with you. Will do. But whilst I'm on, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Just no, it just sounds shit, that, doesn't it? Never mind. Right, stuttered one. What was I have to do? Right. Where was it? There it is. Good call. That's gonna be good. But I am interested in dropping everything down in pitch. We've got a little bit of time, we'll try it. So I'm just going to save the project here. And then I'll do a save as and pitch drop everything. By a fourth, maybe. It's great when you hear that bass down. Alright, what should I drop it down by? Down by 4. Ah, right, that one I can't drop down, can I? Right, get this text dropped. Mute those vocals off. Oh, that's what I'm wanting. Except I do need these vocals in. So, I think we'll just freeze and flatten. Maybe, hold on. Right. Tidy up a bit. Let's see how it all sits. Right, and there is the chopped and screwed bit. Right, what do you think of the chopped and screwed? There's a right fart on doing it. But it does sound like the music my daughter likes to listen to in the car going to school when she's a bit miserable. Okay. I'm having some more tech problems here. Trying to find Interesting. All right, so I think that's me about done for today. I'll come back to this view. So, hope you enjoyed watching, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to go now. I'm getting loads of weird technical problems at the minute. Like Ecamm's totally disappeared off my monitor. Here it is. Is this it? Alright, that'll do. I can see the chat there. Oh god, technical problems, innit? My computer's crapping out on me, which is very unusual. Alright, so I think, unless anybody's got anything they want to say, any questions or anything, what did you think of that trap middle 8-bit? Yeah, on your Mac. No, mine's been running fine, but I've noticed, like, obviously it's been glitchy on the video, and like now Ecamm's kind of just disappeared off the scene altogether, and I don't know why it's doing that, and then it's left me with a blank prompter, really. So that's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll see. So I think I'll bounce this track out, give it a quick rough master, send it over to the singer, and we'll get it vocaled. You don't think it's fully stable? Yeah. I mean, I'm on an M1. I'm going to upgrade, I think, sometime around about Christmas is the plan. That trap part, honestly, yeah, tell me what you think. You would have kept the original pitch. Well, I can always go back to it. So we'll see how it goes. Stelly. It's right. So I used to, for a bit, I used to produce a lot of hip hop, right? So I was quite heavily in that kind of thing. And one of the things I really liked was that chopped and screwed sound where things would be pitched down. And there's a track by Kirko Bangs, right? I can't remember what it's called, but it's got this great bit at the end of the track where just everything goes, it's like slows down and it goes into slow motion and it just sounds absolutely awesome. But I'll have a look into it. I'll bounce it out, see how I feel. One thing I will say, Stelly, as artists, what we're thinking in the moment is completely and utterly unreliable. And like you, I have my doubts. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. So you've kind of hit the nail on the head. So the thoughts you're having is I'm doing stuff and I'm thinking I'm not really sure about this, but I'm going with it because I really love the idea of mixing genres. And it's like if you listen to, because remember, like it's a Freakstar track, this, right? So one thing Freakstar will do, especially early Freakstar, is it'll mix, like there's bits of genres like chucked in there and done in a sort of like really cynical way, very throwaway. So when you listen to the sort of style back then of what I was trying to do, yeah, like you'd have a rock beat and then it'd suddenly go into this electro thing and like stuff would happen and it would almost sound like out of place, but it sort of had something about it. But I think like what will happen is like the vocals will probably tie it together, but whether it should have the key change in is a debatable thing because if she struggles doing that and the melody doesn't line up into the choruses, then it's not going to be a good idea, is it? Yeah, that's the thing. So, so I made the same mistake many times. Like I made a good track and it was all good, and then I told myself, "There's a piece for more. Make it making it better, and I was wrong. Yeah. So this is the thing, because I think like a lot of that, I was talking about this the other day. Like I always look at it as the education system saying to us, that when you go to school, we're told, right, that working hard equals good, and when we just make something that's easy, right, and it comes together, we start doubting ourselves. And I've done that many a time, thinking, oh, this was too easy, there must be something missing, and then start muting and unmuting tracks and working on things that didn't need working on, till I got either lost all objectivity about the track, got sick of it, and ruined it. And like usually those three things would all happen, and then that song would be ditched, and I couldn't do anything with it, So that idea that I work off is like, what I'm doing is in the moment, I'm working off insight, but then what I'm actually thinking is, potentially. Oh, my monitor's gone off. There we go. So what I'm actually thinking in the moment is absolutely, totally and utterly unreliable. Anyway, guys, that's me just about done for today. So yeah, good point there. All right. No live with Thomas tomorrow, but we're on next Saturday, I believe. So looking forward to that. I'll have to get some 7-string practice in, won't I? All right then. I'll see you later. Bye.